Muhammad Ali was not just a boxer. He was a cultural icon, a voice for justice, and a symbol of resilience. Known as the greatest, Ali's life transcended the boundaries of sports, leaving an indelible mark on history as a fighter, activist, and humanitarian. This is the story of Muhammad Ali, a champion both in and out of the ring. Early life and rise to boxing fame. Born on January 17, 1942, in Louisville, Kentucky, Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. entered a world where racial segregation was deeply ingrained in society. Growing up in a working-class neighborhood, Clay was exposed early to the struggles and inequalities faced by African Americans in the South. His father, Cassius Sr., worked as a sign painter, while his mother, Odessa, was a domestic worker and a devout Baptist who instilled values of faith and resilience in her children. Despite the challenges of segregation, Clay's parents encouraged him to dream big and believe in his potential. Clay's defining moment came at the age of 12 when his bicycle was stolen while he attended a local fair. Furious and determined to confront the thief, young Clay reported the theft to a police officer, Joe Martin, who happened to run a boxing gym. Martin suggested that Clay learn to fight before seeking revenge. Taking the advice to heart, Clay began training at Martin's gym, and his natural talent quickly became evident. His unorthodox style, characterized by quick footwork, precise jabs, and an unmatched sense of timing, set him apart from other young boxers. By the time Clay was a teenager, he had amassed numerous amateur victories, earning a reputation as a fierce competitor. He won 6 Kentucky Golden Gloves titles and 2 National Golden Gloves championships, showcasing his dominance in the ring. In 1960, at just 18 years old, he earned a spot on the U.S. Olympic boxing team. Traveling to Rome, Clay displayed not only his skill, but also his larger-than-life personality, often charming the media and his fellow athletes. Standing up for his beliefs. Ali's refusal to serve in the Vietnam War in 1967 became one of the most defining moments of his life. Citing religious and ethical objections, he famously declared, "I ain't got no quarrel with them Viet Cong." This stance cost him dearly. He was stripped of his heavyweight title, banned from boxing for over 3 years, and faced widespread criticism. Yet, Ali's unwavering commitment to his principles turned this challenge into a moment of profound significance. Despite the personal and professional setbacks, Ali remained steadfast in his beliefs. He traveled the country, speaking at colleges and events to share his perspective on the war and racial injustice. His courage in the face of adversity made him a global symbol of resistance against injustice. Ali's case eventually reached the Supreme Court, which overturned his conviction in 1971, affirming his right to conscientious objection. This chapter of his life solidified his legacy as a fighter not only in the ring, but also for civil rights and social justice. His ability to risk everything for what he believed in resonated with millions, making him a hero beyond the sport of boxing. The greatest fights of his career. Ali's return to boxing in 1970 marked the beginning of some of the most iconic bouts in sports history. In 1971, he faced Joe Frazier in the fight of the century, a clash between 2 undefeated heavyweights. Though Ali lost in a unanimous decision, he remained undeterred, later avenging the loss in 2 rematches, including the legendary Thrilla in Manila in 1975, widely regarded as one of the greatest fights of all time. The physical and mental toll of this trilogy showcased Ali's grit and determination. Another historic moment came in 1974, when Ali faced George Foreman in the Rumble in the Jungle. Employing his now famous rope-a-dope strategy, Ali absorbed Foreman's powerful blows before delivering a decisive knockout in the 8th round. This victory restored Ali's status as the heavyweight champion and cemented his place as a master tactician and showman. Ali's fights were more than sporting events. They became cultural milestones, drawing global audiences and symbolizing larger struggles for equality, perseverance, and identity. Throughout his career, Ali's matches were not only a display of athleticism, but also a stage for his larger-than-life personality and unshakable confidence. His poetic trash talk, such as float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, captured imaginations and added to the drama of his bouts. Ali's fights were transformative, not just for boxing, but for how sports could inspire and unite. Life beyond the ring. Ali's influence extended far beyond boxing. He used his platform to speak out against racial inequality, war, and injustice, becoming a global ambassador for peace and humanitarian causes. In his later years, he focused on philanthropy, supporting initiatives to promote education, healthcare, and cultural understanding. His commitment to bettering the world showed that his true fight extended far beyond the ring. Diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 1984, Ali faced his health challenges with the same grace and determination that defined his boxing career. He became a symbol of resilience, inspiring millions with his unwavering spirit. Despite his physical limitations, Ali continued to travel, meet world leaders, and advocate for causes close to his heart. His humanitarian efforts earned him numerous accolades, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2005. Ali's life beyond boxing demonstrated that his impact on the world was just as significant as his achievements inside the ring. Advocate for racial equality. Ali's legacy as a civil rights activist is as profound as his boxing career. He consistently used his voice to challenge systemic racism and fight for equality. At a time when racial segregation and discrimination were rampant in the United States, Ali's unapologetic pride in his identity and heritage empowered countless individuals. He boldly proclaimed his faith and refused to conform to societal expectations, declaring, "I'm free to be who I want to be." Ali's advocacy went beyond rhetoric. He participated in marches, met with civil rights leaders, and inspired movements that challenged injustice. His refusal to accept inequality, whether in the boxing world or in society at large, made him a symbol of empowerment for marginalized communities. Ali's boldness, combined with his eloquence and charisma, brought attention to the racial issues that plagued America and inspired future generations of activists and leaders. His fight for racial equality is an enduring aspect of his legacy, proving that sports can be a powerful vehicle for social change. Humanitarian legacy. Beyond his advocacy for civil rights, Ali's humanitarian work touched lives worldwide. He traveled extensively to provide aid to impoverished communities, promote peace, and support initiatives aimed at improving education and healthcare. Ali worked with organizations such as the United Nations and served as a goodwill ambassador, bringing hope to those in need. He met with world leaders, visited war-torn countries, and raised awareness for global issues, showing that his compassion knew no bounds. One of Ali's most notable contributions was his work to combat hunger and poverty. He participated in campaigns to deliver food and supplies to famine-stricken regions in Africa and Asia, using his fame to draw attention to these crises. His philanthropic contributions, coupled with his efforts to bridge cultural divides, cemented his status as a global humanitarian. Ali's compassion and generosity were hallmarks of his character, reminding the world that true greatness is measured by the impact one has on others. His humanitarian legacy continues to inspire efforts to create a more equitable and compassionate world. Inspiring generations. Muhammad Ali's life story continues to inspire millions across the globe. As a boxer, he demonstrated the importance of discipline, courage, and self-belief. As an activist and humanitarian, he showed that individuals have the power to drive change, even in the face of adversity. Ali's speeches, interviews, and poetry reflect a man who was as thoughtful and articulate as he was fierce in the ring. His ability to combine strength with kindness made him a role model for generations. Ali's influence can be seen in athletes, leaders, and activists who draw inspiration from his unwavering conviction. His life reminds us that greatness is not just about personal achievements, but also about uplifting others. Through his courage, wisdom, and compassion, Muhammad Ali left an indelible legacy that will resonate for generations to come. Muhammad Ali's life was a testament to the power of conviction, courage, and compassion. He was not only the greatest in the ring, but also a champion for humanity. Ali's legacy continues to inspire generations to fight for their dreams, stand up for their beliefs, and strive for a better world.